Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. I heard two things. I heard you're it. Like you are it. You are what a lot of people aspire to become. You're in a place, a position where you're very respected, whether people communicate that to you or not. Also from you're it, I'm getting that you've got what it takes. You're it. Okay. I just looked at my picture up on my wall. It says it's already yours. So there's something that you've been wanting to manifest. The universe is saying it's already yours. But I also heard tag, you're it. Tag, you're it. So it's your turn for something. 123 on the timer. It's your turn to experience something. With tag, you're it, I'm getting like fun energy, playing. Like, you know, being a kid and just having a really fun time. 144 on the timer. But the tag, you're it, I'm hearing your ancestors say that. They're saying it's your turn. And you've been blessed with very special gifts and abilities. And the development of those gifts and abilities. It's your turn. It's your time. You're it. There are certain gifts and abilities that some of your ancestors had that were similar to what you have. I'm hearing they're the same. But they were either persecuted for these gifts and abilities, or they were taunted because of them, or they felt very ashamed because of them, because they knew that they would not be accepted. They would be ostracized or worse if they revealed their gifts, and some of them were. Some of them were persecuted because of their gifts. But that's why they're saying you're it. Tag, you're it. Like you have these same gifts, but you're better prepared and better able to use them. And they're here to support you. I'm getting that sense. I'm seeing you like running outside and having fun. And the person who said that, they're like smiling. They're like, tag, you're it. They look so friendly and so sweet. 333 on the timer. So yeah, this is a group of ancestors that's working with you, but specifically the person tagging you is one person. Okay? But they're giving you very beautiful, benevolent, divine energy on your path so that you're empowered as you use your gifts. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. I'm getting that there could be an ancestor or several ancestors who were diagnosed with mental illness, but it wasn't that they were mentally ill, it was that they were misunderstood, but they were psychically gifted. But they were not in an environment where they could thrive. Thank you, Spirit, for that clarity. Okay, they said start with the journey cards. I love these cards. Alright, thank you, Divine. What's coming through for this beautiful being? What do they need to know? Ascendancy in the reverse and aftermath. This is the ancestral energy coming through. You have ancestors. For some of you, it's one particular ancestor who's coming through very strong. Okay? For some of you, something about pumpkin could resonate. They may have liked pumpkins or pumpkin seeds, or they may have baked something with pumpkins, okay? Or maybe they made jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know, something about pumpkins, okay? But for some of you, it is one ancestor who's really coming through very strong, but there is a group of them that support you. But this one particular ancestor, they were not able to use their gifts in a way that allowed them to ascend. So they always felt like their spiritual growth was stunted. It was prevented. They may not have even realized this when they were here on Earth, but this is clarity that they're bringing through, that they have become aware of in the afterlife, that they wanted to ascend. It was just a soul desire that they had to ascend and to use their gift, but that they were not allowed to. Okay? They were prevented from doing that. And there's aftermath, like some sort of painful situation that they experienced because of this. I'm getting that they felt like they just wanted to living their life. They wanted to live their life with their eyes closed because life became too painful. So they wanted to just live in the darkness. This person may have secluded themselves a lot. They may have lived alone, or they may have wanted to. They may have lived with other people, but they remained isolated because their senses were always overwhelmed. I'm also getting the energy of like neurodivergence, where there could have been something that it made them different, and they processed information in a way that didn't make sense to other people. Other people did not understand them, and so there could be neurodivergence here, but also they were psychic. They had spiritual gifts. Wow, this person was a powerhouse. But because of their surroundings and the people that they encountered, you never would have known it because they were shamed. And they just wanted to live with their eyes closed. So they never tapped into their gifts, because I'm also getting that for some of you, this ancestor was convinced that they were cursed. But in the afterlife, they have realized that, you know, we have understanding once we cross over. So now they have a deep awareness that they are supporting you as a result of, because they want you to do what they were not able to do when they were here on Earth living their life. Okay, this is truth. Ashe. Also, there's truth that you bring to the earth from the divine. It's like I'm hearing a flame of truth. So a lot of times we associate truth with swords energy, Ace of Swords, justice, and you have that, right? But your truth also comes from passion. And it's like your gift burns within you. So when you speak or when you create, so that's significant, because you express truth when you create. Whatever it is that you create, you deliver a lot of truth in that. That's why there's this crossover in this message between fire and the frequency of truth, because you express truth creatively. Also, you express truth creatively, and I'm hearing with flair. Like, you make it, because you have so much passion, you, whatever it is you create, you do it with so much, like, it creates interest within people. And this creates a deep level of resonance between what you create and other people's ascension. So your creative energy helps other people to ascend. And your ancestor is aware of this, that you are helping people do exactly what it was that they hoped to do in this life. That's one reason why they're helping you, because this ancestor knows that by helping you, they're helping a lot of people within the divine collective. There's a message coming through from this ancestor. They're saying, close your eyes, 11:11 on the timer. Close your eyes whenever you want, but never close your eyes because you're ashamed. They're saying, that's why I closed my eyes. I was ashamed. I was overwhelmed. Close your eyes to see. You know what I mean? Close your eyes to see what others don't. But never close your eyes because you're ashamed to be you. They're saying, if you're overwhelmed, call on me. I'll be there. So I hope that this resonates to the point where you might know who this is. Okay? Perhaps this ancestor, if this resonates with you, it feels like this ancestor has been in contact with you about this on some other occasion, okay? Or they will be, okay? They will be connecting with you. But they are extending their hand to you and letting you know that if you reach out, they will reach back. They will be there to support you. They're saying, talk to me, call on me. I will support you on this journey. Oh, Ashe. Y'all know I gotta spray some Florida water for this ancestor. Ashe. Oh, that is so beautiful. Blessings. Thank you for that message. Okay. I'm not gonna cry, okay? I'm not gonna cry. Ashe. Okay. There's something about a crisis that has brought you closer to your truth, your divine truth. Take this one. Surfacing. Ooh, and this penance card is in reverse. I love that. Because divine is saying that there are things that are surfacing about you that have been locked, but they're being unlocked. Okay, there are gifts. These abilities are surfacing. They're coming to the surface, okay? For some of you, it's been very subconscious. It's been like only in your dreams that you've connected with this divine energy, and now you're becoming more aware of your gifts and how to share them with the world. There could have been a crisis that you went through where it sort of awakened these gifts for you, okay? Whatever difficult experience this was that you had, the silver lining is that it gave you the opportunity to understand the depths of you, the deepest parts of you. Now, this is sort of a warning, and divine is saying that there is nothing that you need to feel guilty about when you use your gifts. There's no penance that you have to pay to use your gifts. Now that could be with other people coming in, telling you that you have to pay a certain amount of money, or you have to like earn your way. Oh, you know what I'm getting? Okay, so first of all, penance was in the reverse. So yeah, look at that. They're like, oh, please, you know, I want to feel like I'm good enough to use my gifts. Can I be a part of this community? Divine says you are the community. You're it. There may be somebody who is trying to make you feel like you need a clique, you need an entourage, or like there's somebody who's being a gatekeeper, trying to act like you need to serve some sort of penance or have some sort of title in order to get in the door to be able to do what you want to do. First of all, you are the door. You are the community, because you are that gifted. Look, you're the whole ocean, the whole sea is within you. And the dues that you needed to pay, you've already paid through this crisis that you went through. And this is Hanged Man energy because it's card 12. So you received your enlightenment through life's turmoil, the turmoil that you experienced. That's the penance that you paid. You paid your dues by choosing to survive and learning how to thrive and choosing to be you. But there's somebody, I'm getting like gatekeeper energy. There could be like Catholicism here. I don't know, with the penance and the prayer, the praying hands. I'm getting that it could be somebody who's religious, or maybe it could be like a cult type of vibe, but it feels like either some sort of religion or doctrine or cult that's trying to, somebody from a group like that, that's trying to make you think that you need to earn your way. Like, how dare you try to use your gifts without this, this, or that. You've earned your stripes. You're it. Also, the message that came through at the beginning of the reading was that there's somebody, or you're what people aspire to become. We're in minute 17, the star, 17:17 on the timer. You're the star. So there are eyes on you. There is an energy of where you're able to alchemize. You're able to use your thought energy, your water energy, your energy of communication, of feeling, and of thought. And also what I'm getting is that you feel your way through some things. You're gifted with the water. And those gifts are surfacing. Ooh. If you don't know how powerful you are, you about to find out. You about to find out. And whoever this is who's trying to gatekeep and make you think that you're not the rising phoenix, which I'm looking at my rising phoenix poster, they're about to be the ones begging you for an opportunity. And I'm not saying that that's what you want, but the tables are going to turn. Whoever this is who's been trying to gatekeep, because there's something about their subconscious that they're not able to connect with. They're not able to close their eyes and go within the darkness and see. When they go into the darkness, they're lost. And that's no shade, but it's the difference between you. Divine is bringing this information through just to confirm for you that this person is envious. This person has wanted to stop you. And because there's no other reason why a person would want you in this position when you are gifted and you're ascending and your gifts and abilities are surfacing. They're revealing themselves to the world because that's what's supposed to happen. And you are so supported on this mission because it's your soul's mission. Whether or not it's been your mission, that's debatable. That's different based on, you know, who you are and your experiences. But it has been your soul's mission to experience this sort of flowering, which I'm getting with the lotus there, of your gifts. Because your ancestors weren't able to do it, so they were damn sure that you were going to be able to do it. They wanted to make sure that you had the freedom. And so think about, oh, I just got chills. Think about what the support that you're getting from your ancestors to ascend and to allow these gifts to unfold. Think about how offensive it is to them to see some other being, 2020 on the timer, try to have you like this. Asking for permission, begging for a space with a group or with a cult or with a coven or with a religion. Absolutely not. You're it. You're it, beautiful being. You're it. I'm hearing the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I know that's from the Bible, but sometimes scriptures come to me, okay, and I don't stop it. I don't stop it. Ashe, thank you, Spirit. Okay, I don't know, I just reached out. I didn't even realize I was reaching for this, but thank you, Divine. Oh, veil. Spiritual cleansing, veil. So it is recommended to do a spiritual cleansing and to make that a part of your daily, I'm hearing daily and nightly routine, and I'm looking at my sun poster. Okay, so depending on your sleep schedule, if you're up when the sun comes up, they're saying at the beginning of your day. And before you go to bed at night, protect your energy, okay? Spiritual cleansing, there are so many ways to do this. And the best way to do it is just to layer the rituals, you know? You can use crystals. You can, as long as you're setting your intention, you can use your words to cleanse your energy. You know? Incense, candles, and all of those things, they help, but it's only to strengthen the power of our mind. If you have incense right here, it's easier for you to, not you, but anybody, it can be easier to visualize the transmission of thoughts or words, right? 2222 on the timer. If you're looking into a flame, it can help you to connect with the energy of passion. So all of these things just help us to connect with the elements and with our mental energy, but the true power is within our mind, because that's where we connect with the divine. Okay, so this spiritual cleansing and protection is, you know what? At first I was seeing that someone around you is trying to veil their true intentions, and that's coming through. But it's also to veil you. Okay, to cloak you from evil eyes. See, because your ancestors said you can close your eyes when you want to. So I'm seeing a connection there between this card and this veiled card, where the eyes are closed and covered here, or they're covered. There's something about protecting your energy. There's something that a person around you who does not have true intentions or pure intentions or divine intentions, divine is saying that energetically you can separate yourself from this person and cut off their ability to reach you and to peer into your world, because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like a Page of Swords energy where somebody's being really nosy and trying to keep tabs on you. And look, you know when that starts happening that you really are doing the damn thing, okay? And there we go. Continue to remain grateful. I know you are, because you wouldn't be this blessed if you weren't grateful. You're a blessed being and you're grateful. Remain grateful even through these experiences where you notice people are jealous, envious of your gifts. That's another thing. Whoever this is, this gatekeeper, they're not truly gifted, because a person who's truly gifted, they realize that it's a difficult journey. And if they did at one time have gifts, they misused them. And so that's one reason why they're trying to, I'm hearing, create a persona of power where they have control over something that you can naturally access, is like they want to make you beg for something in a pantry, like some food that would be in a pantry, a closet, when you have the whole warehouse inside of you. You have a whole warehouse of food. You have a whole storehouse of food inside of you. You can naturally access everything that this person is trying to get you to beg for. Make it make sense. You can't, because it don't make sense. What in the world? I've known a lot of crazy people, but when they come through in the reading, it never fails to just be like, so surprising. I'm like, what? New moon. Okay, so there's a new beginning, a new experience that you're going to have. That's what divine is preparing you for. A cycle of abundance is beginning for you. This could be related to an upcoming new moon, so pay attention to the cycles. If you look up, like, whenever you're watching this, when the new moon is, you can use a new moon tracker, or you could even just Google it, you know, the astrology for the upcoming new moon. Just make sure the dates are right, because sometimes, like, Google AI will pull from a previous moon or a previous year or whatever. But if you look up the astrology of the upcoming new moon and it coincides with something that you're manifesting or something that you've been working on, then you know that this is literally connected to a new moon that's coming up. But even if that's not the case, this is a new cycle that is beginning for you, and it's beautiful. It's a cycle of learning, and I'm hearing a flourishing energy where you are going to flourish. You're going to flower. You're going to grow. Okay? So there's a new beginning. Oh, and we've got soulmate on the bottom. And boundaries. So you know what? Okay, there could be a soulmate that you are experiencing love or connection with. But what I'm also getting is that for some of you, this gatekeeper could be a person that you have had an experience with in a past life. So it's like they're a soulmate, but they're karmic. Okay? So those exist. Okay. So this is about setting up spiritual boundaries. Okay. And I like seeing it like this because you are creating boundaries between you and someone who is karmic. Now, if you have a soulmate that you are connecting with and this is a positive union, then this could be a reminder from spirit, or with this new moon, this new energy coming in, this beautiful cycle phase that's coming up, this is like protect your union or protect your relationship. And this is a good thing to do no matter what relationships you have, whether it's with a lover, with friends, with children, with anybody that's dear to you. Create spiritual boundaries and spiritual protection to safeguard those connections. I feel like this is also because you're it, tag you're it. It's like you're up for something and there could be more eyes on you, and you don't want to be in a situation where like more eyes are on you, but you gotta, you're worried about. No, we're not worrying. You're going to create, and you're going to create in a positive state of mind. So the way you get to a positive state of mind is you already have your protection in place, because then you can just have the confidence in the divine and your connection with the divine to know that I'm good. Now I can create and do what I want to do. 29:29 on the timer. That's 11:11. Portals are opening for your growth, for your ascension. And you got this because you got mighty ancestors who have been through this and like the worst of it. So they are really making sure that you are able to do this not only for yourself, but for your bloodline and for the divine collective. Okay? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of increased knowledge that you gain. Okay? But also I'm getting that this gatekeeper thinks that because they have, like, they might have book knowledge, or they might have like some sort of title in their family or something. I don't know. Something, it feels like something that could be noted, something that could be quantified. It's something they've done or something that they know. And they feel that that should earn them the right to be able to be a gatekeeper, but it really doesn't. I'm also seeing this as like gatekeeper, like they have a book with a list. It's almost like a nice or naughty list, like Santa, you know? You can come in, but you can't. You're allowed, but you're not. Okay, we're gonna put you on the wait list. It's like, I'm just hearing control freak. They want to control something that is not theirs to own or guide or control. But because this person is a control freak, they would even try to use spirituality in order to feel some sense of power. Now, you know, that is not what spirituality is for. But we know that people use religion, spirituality, all of it to create a sense of control. And we know that true spirituality, you know, that's where it's at, right? But a lot of people are fake spiritualists, where they will pretend to do all the things, but really it's all about their ego. So they want to control other people's gifts, or they want to gatekeep and say, you're doing it right, you're not. You're allowed in, but you're not. That's not true spirituality. That's just, that might as well be a religion. Might as well be going to church on Sundays and Wednesdays. Okay, and doing the food drives. Nothing wrong with food drives, so that's great. But you know, it's like the same old stuff. If this person is calling themselves a spiritualist, it feels more like, what they're doing feels more like dogmatic religion. That's what it feels like. Okay, and I'm not criticizing anybody for their religious practices, but a lot of us in the spiritual community have experienced fake religion, dogmatic religion. And, you know, that's what this energy feels like that's coming from this person who wants you begging for something and thinking that you have to suffer and ask for something. And no, we're not doing that. Okay, I want to ask if there's anything else. Okay, they're guiding me to this deck. Oh, okay, this one just shifted forward. So what is this? Needs a structured outer environment. Saturn in the 6th house. Yeah, overwhelmed by chaos and disorder. Okay, so I'm getting this from two different places. I'm getting this, that this is very similar to what your ancestor that came through experienced, where they needed structure and support in their outer environment in order to feel that they could blossom within. They felt overwhelmed by the demands of other people. They felt like other people's expectations were ruling them, and they didn't have the support that they needed in order to be who they were chosen to be, who their soul chose for them to be. But I'm also getting that this gatekeeper, they need structure in the sense that they need to be checked. They need to be put in check. And I'm hearing that divine timing is at hand. So this gatekeeper, whoever this is, who's trying to tell you this and that and make you feel like, you know, you haven't checked all the boxes or whatever, when you naturally have these gifts inside of you and they're flourishing, they are going to be put in check in divine timing. You really don't need to worry about them at all. The only thing that divine wants you to focus on there is your own spiritual protection. Get into a routine of protecting your energy each day and night, at the beginning of each day and before you go to bed at night. But they are going to get checked. Whatever structure it is that they need in order to get them to stop creating this type of chaos, because you're not the only one that they've created chaos for. And I didn't think about that, but it could be that this person is associated with some sort of crisis. This could be someone that you were close to who was trying to do this. Control your gifts, or tell you that your gifts weren't adequate, or that you hadn't done enough to do what it is that you set out to do. That is complete and utter BS. You are the epitome of ready. Spirit opened up this message with "you're it," and then they said tag "you're it," and I saw your ancestor tagging you, blessing you. It was in a very sweet, playful way, like the sun was shining on you. It's so beautiful. But you know, they're serious about it. Even though it was done in a beautiful, divine way, they were serious about it. You're ready. Thank you, Spirit. What does this beautiful being need to know for their journey? Okay, you may have felt... Oh, and it's card number 3. Libra energy could be significant here. Doesn't have to be, okay? But it says lonely, confined. It's cabin. It's the cabin card. Okay? Lonely, confined, detached, remote. Now, you know what I'm getting? There are 2 ways to look at this energy, because this is kind of like the hermit, right? Where if you feel sometimes that you don't have the people around you that you would like to have, that is an opportunity to go within. Because you are going to attract the people who are right for you by going within. Soul tribe, for the chosen, are divinely guided to us, and we are divinely guided to them. Soul tribe for the chosen, we don't get our soul tribe by chasing and hunting and all of that. Like, for example, I'm an introvert. I'm just fine by myself, but I have certain people that I enjoy spending time with. But even though I'm an introvert and I don't seek out friendships a lot, the people that I have needed on my path were always there when I needed them. Like, they appeared. I'm talking about like new people that I had never met before. When I needed them, they appeared. They were there. And so that's how that works for chosen beings such as yourself. Spirit will create opportunities for you to open up to the energy, but they will bring the person to you, and it'll be up to you to move forward with that connection or that conversation or whatever it is. Also, what I'm getting is that soul tribe sometimes might look like a person that you connect with online. You never meet in the physical realm, but it's like a heart-to-heart connection. It's like so sweet and beautiful, and it's exactly what you need at that time. Now, that could last for a couple of weeks. It could last for years. It could last for a decade. But it may not always be there because you might not always need it. That connection with that particular being, it may just be temporary, but it'll be there for while you need it, okay? Yeah. Cabin. There can be beauty in the aloneness, okay? But what I'm hearing is that the aloneness does not have to be loneliness, okay? But if you do feel lonely and you don't feel that going within is giving you what you need, then you can always manifest and open up to a divine connection and ask Spirit to bring that person to you, or to reveal what it is that you need to do in order to connect with someone, okay? That's right for you. They gotta be right now. Ashe. Changing. At this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen. So changes are occurring. Fortress. Fortitude, staying power. Prepared, ready for anything. Determined, unbreakable. And you look what it takes. Look what it takes. You have what it takes. You're it. That's the first message that came through. Also, what I'm really getting from this changing card is that because you're growing and your gifts are flowering, you're always going to be changing. So what Spirit is showing you is the beauty in adaptability and moving with Spirit. Okay? And also understanding that as you move with Spirit and these changes happen, you are safe. You're divinely protected. Let's close with an animal spirit card. Thank you, Divine. What message is coming through for this beautiful being? What do they need to know? Okay, we had Cobra, and it was on the fence. So I'm hearing don't let them shift you. Don't let them shift you. I'm going to read the Cobra card. It's powerful. Just know that that is your soul's mission for you, this Cobra card. But don't let them shift you, whoever them would be. I feel like it's this gatekeeper or anybody else. Because if it weren't the gatekeeper, you know, once they phase out, and they will, there could be somebody else who tries to stop you on your path. But what you learn with this gatekeeper, or this wannabe gatekeeper, will prepare you for all future situations like this, and you'll be ready. That's what this is teaching you, is how to have your fortress and to trust in it, to trust in the fortress that Spirit has created for you, the fortress of protection. Okay, so this Cobra is fire energy. Let's see what's coming through. Pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The Cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. Okay, that's you. Also, it can represent as well this ancestor, because you have so many similarities between you. Okay, you both came into this life to experience your gifts, right? Your spiritual gifts. The Cobra honors, the Cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. I'm feeling your ancestor come through. This is a part of your fortress, your protection. The essence of the Cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher. And now I'm getting that with you, the inner teacher, and manifests externally in those special guides who have led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Remember when I said that every time I've needed to connect with somebody, I needed somebody to help me over a hump or through an obstacle, a divine being appeared. And sometimes in the physical realm, you know, it could have been a spirit, but sometimes it was a person that I was able to work with, and they were able to help me heal through something. But they were always there when I needed them, and that's exactly what's happening for you. Whatever it is that you need at this time, Divine is going to provide that energy, whether it's through a spirit like your beautiful ancestor that came through, or a being in the physical realm. For some of you, the warning could be that this gatekeeper is not it. They might be trying to present themselves as somebody that has the answers, but Divine is saying whoever this is that's been telling you that you need something that you don't already have, they just want to be you. 9 could be significant. We have 4545 on the timer. When I said that, that's 9 and 9. Okay. I'll say that again. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So when in balance, a student of life, humble and wise. And see, that's something that this gatekeeper is not. They're not humble. They're a know-it-all. Egocentric. They move in the ego. It says to bring into balance, you can take a class or study. And that knowledge card came through. So it may be time to look into a book that you have, or if there is a book that you've been considering getting, there's something that you have access to. It's easy to access. It's not something you have to go out of your way to do, but it will be very helpful to you at this time. And it'll give you the support or the knowledge that you need right now. Okay? Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I am so grateful. And thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune in. I hope that this reading gave you some clarity, some insight, some support, and some good vibes. And I love you. I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.